Hey guys, welcome to another college edition of Dad Bods and Touchdowns. It is just me right now. Who knows what Poopy is doing? We wish Poopy the best as always. Gonna break down some last week games real quick for you guys that happened a couple of days ago. The big one of the week that surprised me is Pitt bent Georgia Tech over and beat them pretty decisively, which shocked me. I picked Georgia Tech to win because I thought they were going to be hungry to make the playoffs and get that last second push, but that didn't happen. That final score was 42-28 in favor of Pitt, which kind of a jaw dropper to me, to be honest. Another big one that Eric and I talked about that we were looking forward to was Oregon beat USC 42-27. Thought that game would be a lot closer than it was, but it wasn't. Oregon went into USC and beat USC decisively. Dante Moore, their quarterback, his stats were fairly decent. He was 20 for 30, 157 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and he didn't really do anything in the rushing game this week, but not too bad of stats for him. One game that surprised me, it was close at first, and then we kind of see the Manning take over in Arch's body. I don't think he's an actual Manning yet, but there's flashes. That game was super close to the first half, and then Arch decided that he was going to play football how he should have all year, and ended up with 6 touchdowns total. Texas beat Arkansas 52-37. TCU upset Houston. Not really surprised there. I didn't pick that game, but it is what it is. Michigan scored their most points not the most points this season, but their most points versus a Big Ten team this season, 45-20. Michigan's offense clicking at the right time. Finally having a receiver step up to catch the ball from Underwood. It's Michigan got hit with a running back injury bug, but the running backs are definitely playing with the next man up mentality. Michigan's starting running back this week had Kuzdazol, had 20 attempts for 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. His long run was 19 yards, and he averaged 5 yards a carry. Not terrible. Could be way better, but not terrible for your third-string running back playing. Vandy's playoff push continues as they went into Kentucky and scored 45 points. Diego Pavia keeps making his case for the Heisman each week. I don't think he's going to get it, but, he's putting up stats. Let me read those real quick for you. Diego Pavia, 33 of 39, 184 yards, 5 touchdowns to 1 interception, and he had 15 rushing attempts for 48 yards and 1 rushing touchdown. He will definitely be a final Heisman finalist, I think. One that this kills me to admit, but Notre Dame, they had 21 points against Syracuse before their offense even touched the field, people. Marcus Freeman is the real deal. Notre Dame is legit, and Jeremiah Love is the best running back in the country, and that I hate to admit that, but he is an absolute stud. He's another name to watch out for the Heisman finalists between Pavia, Oregon's quarterback, Jeremiah Love, Notre Dame's running back, and Indiana's quarterback. Those are my 4 names that I think will be the 4 finalists for the Heisman. And OU, Oklahoma, and Mizzou was another premier game this week. Oklahoma beat Missouri 17-6. Their offense struggled at times, but Oklahoma's defense came up big, per usual, as we've seen this throughout this whole year. Ohio State whooped up on Rutgers. Not really surprised there. And A&M handled business against Sanford. And we're going to move on to some preview games for rivalry weekend. I'm not going to go through everyone's, just I wrote down 4 decent ones here that should be good games. Obviously, our main host of the podcast, Chad, is a big Ohio State fan. Go Blue. I'm not making a prediction of that game because we all know Ohio State is probably going to whoop the shit out of Michigan. But hey, I thought that last year too, and we won. So I'm fucking hoping. Go Blue as always. Another good game that happens Friday night on rivalry weekend is Georgia versus Georgia Tech, and that game is in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Georgia Tech last year took Georgia to the brink of a victory, but Georgia gutted that one out, and it could be the same way this year with how both those teams are playing this year. But if Georgia's defense plays how it has the past couple weeks, I think they're going to decisively handle Georgia Tech's offense this year. Another one that will be a good game, I think, personally, is Texas A&M versus Texas. A&M is by far the better team, but it is rivalry weekend. Upsets happen all the time. It's a crazy week for college football, so I wouldn't be surprised if that game is closer than people think. And Arch Manning has shown flashes of being really good this year. And the last game that's like really notable is Vandy versus Tennessee. Vandy's on the push for the playoffs, and Tennessee, they're probably not going to make the playoffs, but why not stop fucking Diego Pavia and Vanderbilt from making the playoffs? To humble his cockiness. That's probably what Tennessee coach is preaching to his team this week. And obviously, another big game that Auburn sucks this year that no one really cares about. But if Auburn can somehow upset Bama and knock Bama out of the playoff, be phenomenal. And Kalen DeBoer gets fired, would be great for college football because fuck Alabama. Now I'm going to go through my top 10 or top 12 rankings. 1, I have Ohio State. 2, I have Indiana. 3, I have Texas A&M. 4, I have Georgia. 5, Oregon. 6, Ole Miss. 7, Texas Tech. 8, Oklahoma. 9, Notre Dame. 10, Alabama. 11, BYU. 12, Vandy. I have them in the playoff this week, but if they lose, they'll be out. And then my first 2 teams out would be Utah and Miami. Obviously, Utah might get in if they win the Big 12, but we have to see championship weekend. And that is my rankings for the week, folks. Not really a long one today, just a quick college breakdown from last week before a busy week for me and the rankings come out. So have a good one, and we'll catch you on the flip side.